The thing is, like, we went to see him at the pub today. He wasn't that bad, to be fair, compared to what you would expect. Was an introduction on video. Was an introduction video, I think, on SAS. So, Mick, recently, Celeramp have had quite a bit of a good update. So, they have introduced the advanced search, which is very similar to Keeper. So, if you're doing Warren's course, I know Warren's course, so you'd be looking at Keeper filters. What you can do is now do them through Celeramp. If you're doing them through Celeramp, that means that you're going to have that max cost which you've got to be purchasing your product for. So you could definitely go ahead, use them filters in Celeramp's advanced search, and it's going to give you a better understanding of what you've got to purchase them products for. And then, yeah, that's right. And the other thing is, if you have like a sourcing software, so Arbisource, that actually links to Celeramp. So what you could do is utilize the reverse search function in Arbisource. I do videos on this on YouTube, but you can then see like suppliers which you could purchase products from. Instead of doing a Google search on your instead of doing a search on your supplier thing. Let's have a look. We have got YouTube's up. I am a little bit late. Like I said, I've been to the pub. We watched a bit of football, and we've had a takeaway. What's it called? So, if right, let's see this. One second. Let's show you, Mick. Arbisource. So, I'll show you Arbisource. So, 1 second, Mick. Hello, Cable Guy. How are we? I've been doing a little bit of networking, hence the bit of a slur. So it's Arbisource. There is a 7-day free trial in the link in my bio. I have got that on there. I'm fine, thank you. So if you went to Arbisource, you could link this. I've got a YouTube video on this. You can link this to your Celeramp. So if you went to Celeramp, 1 second. Celeramp, there we go. So if you went to Celeramp, up here, you have an advanced search. You press that, and this comes up with all the different filters which you would have like on Keeper, for example. So you could put the filters which you're learning about in your Keeper training. You could put these into Celeramp, and I'm just going to run a quick search. Don't know what results are coming up, but what you can see is the max cost you've got to be purchasing these products for. Instead of clicking each product and then understanding what price you might have to purchase for, you already have that there. So it makes it simpler to just go onto Google and do a search. But also you can link Arbisource for the reverse search here. So as you can see, on some results, it'll come up with the suppliers, and then you can see this product you buy for £9. The max cost of that you need to be doing is, well, it's selling on Amazon for £3.58, which is not a very good example, but if you went down, you can find more, and obviously linking Arbisource to SAS, that can save you time. Does that make sense, Mick? If you've got any more questions, feel free to ask. Like I say, on YouTube, I do videos. I do videos on how to link them together and stuff. But you want to be using your advanced search functions like you would with Keeper as well. I don't think many people on TikTok are actually talking about it either. Profit Path does the same. Profit Path, not necessarily. So I don't think. Let me get my Profit Path count up. So with Profit Path, that's a little bit different. So with Profit Path, what you could do is similar features to Arbisource, but that's not linked to Salaramp. So if you're using Profit Go, it might have. I don't use Profit Go. I use Salaramp. Yes, it definitely is more expensive. So Profit Path, it's good. I mean, if I was a newer seller, even a seller at my own level, I would be using Arbisource definitely, because it just saves you time. I mean, I've got Profit Path, but this month I'm considering cancelling it because of the price of it. It's a good software, but because I've got a virtual assistant and the money which I pay for Profit Path at this point, I'd rather put it into stock, I think. So this month I have got to cancel it this week. But I think Profit Path definitely needs to go at the moment. A2A seems to be massive in this game. A2A is a good opportunity, but there's plenty of opportunities out there without just going to one sourcing method. And as a beginner, I would recommend trying to understand different methods as well. So not just say, like for me, I did a video on YouTube recently. So, not YouTube recently, it was TikTok. So what I did was, I was 90% on Amazon Europe. If you're doing Warren's course, you're going to understand a lot about Amazon Europe. There are easier ways now, which I'm still doing. I taught my VA today how to do faster searches with Amazon Europe. But it's like, you've got to understand what you're doing. A2A is good. Yeah, it does have a part on Amazon to Amazon. But you've got to make sure that you're not 100% invested in one sourcing method. You've got to think like, next year, Amazon Europe is going to change. You've got, because what we're doing, we're purchasing products under the VAT threshold. So we're sticking to purchases under £135. Obviously, if you've done Warren's videos, I know that you'd understand it's a little bit more than £135, but you have got also next year they're going to be demolishing that £135 limit. So a lot of people who were currently doing Amazon Europe are then going to have to struggle and face the pain of going to do normal online arbitrage. So this is what I'm saying. If you're sticking to one specific sourcing method, you need to make yourself uncomfortable now. And I appreciate that you want to subscribe to me on the YouTube. I appreciate it. Right, let's have a. Let me just log in. Let me just log in. Let me log in. The EU VAT rules. Fair enough, then. Fair enough. It's like for us in the UK, we're sticking to under that custom rate. So we've got to stick under £135. So even if we did multiple orders of under £135, like even across multiple accounts, because that's the way to expand your Amazon Europe business. You could then open multiple accounts and then you got 4 different countries to purchase from. So that is what we do. But not everyone is doing that. And when next year happens, them EU rules come into place, the new EU rules come into place, that's when things are going to get hard for a lot of people. I'm going to show you a bit of profit path. Let's take you up here. Let's take you. Will it cost us more? Yes. So apparently what they're going to do is we're purchasing products for under £135. What they're doing is you would have to pay import duty on orders over, they're going to say there's no minimum. It's like you're going to pay import duties no matter what. So it's going to become hard quite quickly. That's what they've proposed, but like I say, it's next year. We've got to be very versatile in our sourcing methods. Utilizing Keeper, that is going to be beneficial for you. If you use like our Celeramps advanced search, like you would use Keeper, that's going to be just saving you that step of going through, seeing what purchase price you could be buying it for. Yeah, so cable guys, what we do is we'll purchase products for under £135. So what we're talking about now is we're looking at Amazon Germany, France, Italy, and Spain. We're purchasing products from there, keeping out orders under £135, and then sending them. We'll pay shipping to the UK, but we're missing out on that import duty. And like myself was 90% on that. Please show us your method to source product using Keeper and Celeramp. So user 5179, I have done a good couple of videos on Celeramp advanced search, and that is on my YouTube. So search FBA today, and you can do that. Cable guy, there's a lot of things we do. There's a lot of things we do. This is what I was saying to you. Like we shared a few messages about wholesalers and brand distribution from, I think it was just normal messages. We haven't voice note or anything, but there is opportunities in Europe. I mean, like even if you talk to a European supplier, sometimes that you could talk to them, you don't have to keep to that £135. It depends how their business is set up. Like you could go to some suppliers in the EU and then you go over £135 and the VAT is all sorted for you, because it depends on how their business is registered and all that. User prep center in Ireland. I don't know how it will work, Mick. Is Mick still in here? Yeah. How did I learn Amazon FBA? So when I first started, I started by a lead group. So what I was doing was I was actually flipping PS5s and air fryers on eBay. And we was selling them for like a good 50 to £100 profit per unit, depending on the product. So there was an opportunity in our Discord group which gave us the pings to say buy this product. We joined a Discord group through there, and then that's how we learnt. Because when I said to my mum, like, we're going to start selling on Amazon, bit more supply, a bit more like not supply, but bit more demand on the Amazon platform. My mum was like, "Are you just buying a load of cheap Chinese goods?" Which no, we wasn't. We was buying our branded products from retailers. At the time when we first started, we was doing a lot of retail arbitrage, but now we're doing online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, Amazon to Amazon, Amazon Europe to Amazon. We do a bit of wholesale. I have got a few brand direct accounts, but to be honest, because of smaller brands, it's slow. Yeah, so that's exactly what you do, cable guy. Like, if you talk to your supplier and ask them the questions of what happens with the VAT and stuff, you can sort that out without actually going into the deep topics of this is the only way of doing it. Yeah, some suppliers do. This is why before I purchase from any like European supplier, what I would do is have that conversation, talk to them on. Usually they've got a customer service line. So I would open that conversation up, talk to them. Can I order X amount? Is it going to cost me further in import duties, etc.? Somebody of your caliber, you should know this. I think Mick is Mick gone. I think Mick's gone. Oh, I've just opened Profit Path for him. Oh, can you tell that I've been to the pub? Oh, your industry is very different. It could be. It could be. Like most of the products, like I've done electricals. So I've got a distributor who is in. I think it's Germany. Off the top of my head, it's Germany. But he does quite a lot of music items. I know you do your music items as well, but they're the branded music items, so I go there as well. Do you sell third party? Like, do you sell branded items on YouTube? Not YouTube, on eBay. Cable guy. Yeah. Hello, Ricky Allen. Long time no see, good sir. Our core business, we assemble cables to events, companies, hire companies, etc. That's fair enough. But what else do you sell? I think me and you need to have a good conversation. We need to have a talk about what you're doing. It'll be just better for me to understand what you're doing, cable guy. Yeah, I could understand that. I mean, your product is really good, isn't it? It's take a look at your Instagram. This is what I don't do Instagram. I really don't do Instagram. Let's see if I've got an Instagram account. Ricky, you still in here? Facebook then. I could do Facebook. I don't have my Facebook on the PC though. When you're on my actual, and you're actually on my phone, so I can't actually have a look at that. But is it saying Martin? Martin UK page should be fair enough. I'll have a look. It'll be good to have a call with you though, just to chin flab, have a conversation. I think that'll be interesting because my main business was in I was a electrical panel wirer. So going on stage, not stage. I'm thinking about my music career. No, I was going up and down the country, going to sites and stuff like that. So when you're talking about cables and bits and bobs like that, it's boring to a lot of people. But me being from that industry, I have a bit of knowledge on that. So it's one of them into. But yeah, I will book a. I'll. I don't know if I'll be able to get one in tomorrow. We want to start building distribution too. It makes sense. I have got a good person which go to for Europe. I've got somebody I could talk to get you into the whole of Europe, but obviously that's going to require different regulations and stuff. I wouldn't know what sort of European legislation there is. Obviously, we've got our city and guilds and stuff, but I don't know about the test regs and bits and bobs like that. All right. Most of the UK are hired to be EU. All right. Yeah, so we worked for one of the biggest switchboard I worked for one of the biggest switchboard companies in the UK. So we was having opportunities to go to like the likes of Malta. We went to Denmark, Germany, bits and bobs like that. And I was testing panels for that switchboard company in the UK for them countries. So we had to do obviously different voltages and bits and bobs like that. But like I said, I think one of the first times you joined our live, you're in a very good situation of doing what you're doing. Does that mean you get tickets to go and see the show? Or would you not want to do that? Oh, brilliant. We got a new follower, new subscriber on YouTube. I wonder if that's Mick. If you're still in here, Mick, I appreciate it. Somebody's watching all the videos. Bless him. Bless him. Well, I am going to go off because this was week 98. We have got 2 weeks left to make it to week 100 of going live on a Tuesday night. This was a very late one. We haven't been on for long. Cable Guy, I totally agree with you. And I did a video on this the other day, and like my business is pretty much solely, like the main income of my business is Amazon. Obviously, we had issues, and I've spoke about it on this live plenty of times, that we've had issues regarding the passport and getting our account verified by Amazon. We had 6 weeks of suppressed sales, which has done a lot of damage, as you could imagine, to our business. Not having that cash consistently rotating. So we are down a bit at the moment. Like we're still making money, obviously, so I can take salary, I can pay my VA, I can pay my prep center and stuff. But I had to be thinking on my feet of, like, as a Amazon seller should always think, you have got to rotate, learn to rotate. So I was starting to sell a lot more on eBay, and I built processes on eBay because I was 8 days away from my account closing on Amazon. And this is where a lot of people, it's like you'd see other people who come on the lives and say, oh, it's a get rich quick scheme. You could do whatever you want, just sell stuff. Don't do anything important, stuff like that. You have to cover your back, and then if things go wrong, what is your next step? I have done plenty of mistakes when I first started this business because Amazon is a huge learning curve. And I'm sure that's Z who's in here, so he's listening to me. Yep, Z's in here. So Z knows that I spent over £3,000 on some fly spray, a big pallet load. I did a test order, I did all my due diligence, but I analysed the product wrong. And that £3,000 worth of fly spray mostly sat in my garage for a good nearly 2 years. And then I decided to sell it for a loss just to get that capital back. So I'm not a person to sit here and bullshit you. I'm a person to tell you the truth that you are going to make mistakes, and a lot of people can't recover from a £3,000 blinking mistake. So yeah, it does hurt. But as an Amazon seller, what we learn about inventory management. We think about logistics. We think about how we're going to purchase a product. We're going to analyze a product. We're going to send them products across the UK. If we're selling them into Europe, we'll start selling them into Europe. But we've also got to think of, we've got to have a backup plan for everything. I've currently got around 200 listings, but about to make a list of nearly 10,000. I've got no idea how to list everything. You can do a bulk upload, cable guy. You can do a bulk upload. So there'll be... I've got a bit of a guide on this somewhere. I was looking at it earlier. So you could download the file inventory loader. You'll fill out all that. Yeah, we could definitely book a call. Like I said, there's 15-minute call that should help you. And yeah, I'd love to have a conversation with you because Cable Guy isn't respecting the name which you actually have been born with. So I'd love to call you by your first name. But it's definitely worth coming along, and I will have a conversation with you if you want to book something, or I can message you and we can arrange something. Oh. Jeez. I wonder if Mick is looking at all my videos. Full name is Paul. Yeah, I have had a few beers tonight. So, like I say, a bit of networking. It was with an old work friend. I nearly didn't go live tonight. That's why I want to make it a short one. We've been live for half an hour and I'm already feeling the pain. But I'll try and lock your name in, Paul. Lock your name in the back of my head as Paul. But yeah, it feels weird. And you don't mind me calling you Paul on the live either, do you? Because I've had that before. Someone tells me the name, I talk to them as their name on the live stream, and then they go, "You can't use that name live. That's not fair. You shouldn't do that." Fair enough. Either or. I'm quite good with names. As long as somebody says this is my name, I'm quite good at remembering them. Right, guys. It was only a flying visit tonight. You're lucky you've had over half an hour from me. If you're on site, I understand that you get cold all sorts. Trust me, I got cold all sorts. Especially when I go to big sites and just turn the power off and stuff. That's what my job was. Turn that transformer off. Turn it back on. Okay. Yeah, so I am going to skedoodle. Like I said, it wasn't going to be a long one tonight. It's just the fact that, oh my days. Well, I'm tired, as you could tell, but the thing is, we would. I popped to the pub. I popped to the pub. So you could see that I'm not on form today. I'm not giving you the value you guys deserve. But this was a mandatory for me. This is week 98 of going live in a row. We want to hit that big 100. So I needed to do this tonight. This means a lot that I could get to go on live. I get to help you guys free. And if you need any help, you could come to this safe space, ask me questions, and it means a lot to me. Yes, Kate. Yes, Paul. I'm on the cheap stuff at the moment. I've got Carlin. I've had a few Guinnesses today. Then I've been on Cruz Campo. We've just had a Chinese. And now we're on the Carlin, which is trying calm things down because, to be honest, it's still early doors. It's still early doors. But yeah, week 98 is complete. I'm so proud of it. We've got 2 weeks to go. Only a fortnight to go until week 100. Paul, have you not seen my pub? Have you not seen my pub? Right, I'm going. Stay on, Paul. Stay on. We'll go see the pub. Right, I'm going to turn YouTube off now. YouTube, I'm sorry this has been a short one, but if you want to know any more, there's a link in the bio. Go check that out for free information. Check all my other videos out, and I am going to end the stream right now. So, thank you for that. See you later. Cheers.